Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Positively You podcast. I'm Jessie, and I'm so excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, spring is officially here in just a couple of days. Next Tuesday marks spring equinox, the real beginning of the new year, if we're being honest, right? I've said this from the beginning of the year when the calendar switches to New Year's, and it just feels so weird to me to be making new goals and try to have all of this like fresh energy during that time of year. So the last couple of years, I've transitioned to just really going with the flow of the world, like the actual earth and the seasons and all of that. And so spring equinox really does feel like the new year to me. It's when the flowers are popping up and everything that we've been resting and working on under the surface gets to come. It feels like the time to they have spring cleaning and decluttering, and this feels like the time to make new goals and to just feel refreshed and, ready to start the new year. So happy actual new year, everybody. Happy spring new year. With that being said, it also makes me so excited because that means summer, my favorite season of all, is just around the corner. And I don't know about you, but that can while it brings up obviously a lot of excitement for me, I am a product of the culture that I was brought up in, which is the 90s and the diet culture and the make sure that if summer's coming, that we're swimsuit ready and all of these things. And I hate so much that I feel like I've done a lot of mental work on this, and I feel really confident with myself and really good about my body, and I love it. And just, and letting all of that toxic messaging go, even with all the work I've done, these small little messages still creep in, or this programming under the surface still kind of creeps in. I hate to admit this, but I will because we're friends here. I hate to admit this. I opened up my fridge the other day and I was kind of in a snacky mood. And then I thought, wait, but summer's coming. And literally, I hate, loathe entirely that this is the thought that popped into my head. I literally thought, Jess, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. And about 2.5 seconds later, I did a whiplash, wanted to hit myself in the face and say, Jessie, no, what are you thinking? But I tell you, those messages, they snuck in when we were young and they are still there, deep ingrained. And so I paused for a second and I was like, whoa, Jess, you've done a lot of work. Where is this coming from? And I was just kind of taken aback for a minute. And I know, at least I hope, I'm not alone in this. Actually, it'd be kind of awesome if I was, because then that would mean that none of you are also dealing with this. And that would be really, really cool. But I'm guessing that I'm not alone in this. And there's a couple of us that might be feeling that way, that summer's coming and we're like, are we ready? Is my body ready? Am I ready to put on a swimsuit? Yes, you are, because putting on a swimsuit means you're getting in water, and water is the best thing in the entire world. It doesn't matter if it's a pool, if it's an ocean, if it's a lake, if it's a river, if it's whatever. Getting in the water in the summertime, best thing ever. There's, in my opinion, literally nothing better. So as I was thinking about this and going through the thoughts and following the thoughts and getting curious and compassionate with myself, I was like, all right, well, what can I do instead? Instead of, upping the cardio and tightening up the calories or whatever, cutting the carbs and upping the cardio to get quote unquote swimsuit ready or summer season ready or whatever. I was like, okay, but what could I do in order to, just feel good, feel excited, feel happy, feel confident, all of these things. And so I am doing my own little challenge that I want to invite you into as well, because doing things together is more fun. So if you join me, great. If you don't, awesome. It's going to follow along the lines of what I talk about on this podcast and on my platforms all the time. Starting small, starting slow, positive change, positive habits. So I want this really to be about building happy, healthy, positive habits for yourself. Going on kind of a growth journey, self-discovery, personal growth, and just implementing the things in your life that 93 days later, and you'll find out in a second why it's 93 days, 93 days later, where you're going to be at from your starting point. So 93 days comes from, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I really am trying to lean into the energy of Earth, and spring equinox begins on March 19th. 93 days from that date is summer solstice. So this challenge is going to last from spring equinox to summer solstice, just in time for summer, right? So I'm calling it the Positively Me Challenge. And it is all about embracing the power of small changes and building habits that support us to have a happier, healthier lifestyle. It is not about taking a before and after picture. It is not about progress pictures. It is not about pounds lost. It is not about overwhelming overhauls and restriction. It is not about insane workouts. It's little, simple, sustainable shifts that lead to big results. From making your bed every morning to getting outside, this is about celebrating progress, not perfection. It's not about, 75 hard has the whole, if you miss one thing on one day, you start back over at the beginning. We're not about that here. We are about each day a little bit better, right? And learning and growing. And when you have a day that you struggle, you take that information and you get to self-reflect a little bit and say, why was this a hard day? Well, because of this and this and this, and offer yourself grace and offer yourself compassion. And then we get to do it all together within the community. It's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so what are the things that we're going to be doing? And there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. If you feel like you already have a good handle on some of the things on this list, then simply try to do them all. But if you're like, I really do want to lean into the small, simple changes, start with one thing for week 1. And then as soon as that feels good for week 2, add in 2 things. And then by the end of the, 12 or 13 weeks, whatever 93 days ends up being, then you can have this whole list of things that you're doing every single day, but you started small and you started slow. So, number 1, the first thing on the list, if anyone is shocked here, you must be new. This must be your first episode listening. Number 1, make your bed. Every single day, make your bed. Start your day out right. Give yourself a win. It is that first step towards a productive and positive day. So make your bed. Check. You did it. Daily walk. Get outside, get moving. Preferably outside, because that's actually the benefit. It's not even the walk that I really am aiming for. It's getting outside. It's getting that sun. It's getting that fresh air. It's hearing the birds. It's hearing the breeze. It's all of the things that your senses get. So getting outside, bonus if you get on a walk. The third thing, getting some kind of movement, some kind of workout, 30 minutes, right? Break a sweat. Get your endorphins flowing, do your favorite workout or physical activity. I don't care what it is. It can switch every single day. You can do yoga in the morning. You can go to dance with me. You can go on a walk. You can go on a hike. Anything, whatever your 30 minutes of movement that feels good to you. I want it to feel like positive, life-giving movement, not get in the gym and you have to earn your shower kind of vibe. Like, there's such a difference there. I want it to feel like a gift to your body that you're moving. Okay, that brings me to the fourth one, which is hydrating ourselves. Stay hydrated and energized by sipping on your H2O all throughout the day. You will pee a lot. I'm currently upping my hydration right now because, let's be honest, it's been absolute garbage and I can feel it. So this challenge, it's such a simple one to get your water, but this one might be a little bit tough for me. I've been peeing all day for the last 3 days as I've been slowly upping this. So you can make this your own water goal. What feels good to you to be hydrated? If it's a gallon a day, if it's a half a gallon a day, if it's your 3 Stanleys, whatever, make your goal. And when you hit it, you get to do a little check mark. Okay, next one, is nourishing your body. And I specifically chose the wording nourish instead of following your macros or hitting the right diet or pick your whatever. No, I want you to figure out specifically what it is that your body needs. Sit with yourself for a little bit and ask it. Ask your body, what do I need? Is it that I need to up my greens? Is it that I need to be focused on fiber? Is it that I really need to probably up my protein? Do I need to cut back on sweets? Like, what is the thing that my body is telling me I really need? You could sit in a meditation, you could ask, you could muscle test, just whatever feels good to you. But I do want you to make a solid goal of what that is so that it feels like you know exactly what you're checking off. So for me, something that I'm going to be focusing on, as an example, is my protein. I've not been very good with my protein intake, and I can definitely tell. So instead of saying I'm going to count my macros and hit them perfectly every single day, I'm aiming for 30 grams of protein at each meal and ending the day around 120 grams of protein. That's my goal. I can hit that. I can see if I'm hitting that each day. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to try to eat healthier. Oh, I'm going to cut back on XYZ. It could be, I'm going to up my greens, which means I'm going to make sure I have a greens drink every day and 2 extra servings, or whatever that can be. I'm going to make sure that I take my vitamins and my supplements, and I can mark that off each day. So figure out for you what that thing is that your body is asking for to be nourished. Okay, the next one is reading. And you guys, I've made it super easy because I have a book club. I don't know if you know about this or not, but the Positively You Book Club, we pick a new book every single month to read through the month. And then the last Thursday of the month, we all hop on Zoom together and chat about the book. And it's a great time. Everyone who's been in there for the last 2 months, it's been so fun. And the conversation has been great. The insights have been awesome. So if you are like, I don't know what to read or whatever, here's a great way that you can get your reading in and make friends and have community and conversation around it. So just as a little blip. And then the very last one that I want to add in is something for your mind, something mindful, whether that is doing a morning meditation, whether that is journaling, whether that's listening even to just like a sound bath, something for your mind, something for mindfulness. I want to share a simple way that I have been incorporating meditation into my life because that can be tricky to make. Here's my trick, and it's been working for weeks and weeks and weeks now, and it's made a huge difference. I will be doing an extra episode on this to go more in depth, but literally I pull up a meditation on my app. I use Insight Timer right before I'm going to bed. I'll pick something between 5 and 13 minutes. Have it ready to go. Put my headphones right by my phone as well. So when my alarm goes off in the morning, I literally hit snooze, pop my headphones in, hit play, and my meditation turns on. I roll back over into my bed and I lay there and listen to the meditation. I'll be honest, sometimes I fall back asleep and I don't catch it all. There's my confession. A lot of times I do, and I start breathing in and I'm slowly waking up for the day. And then that meditation ends. My snooze alarm goes off again. I wake up and get out of bed, and it has made a humongous difference in my mornings. And it's been like a little domino effect. It has been the first little trickle into transforming my mornings. Stay tuned for a later episode on this, because it's been magical and I have a lot to say. So with all of that being said, I am so excited about this challenge. I know I've needed a little bit of a kick in the pants. And like I said, I really wanted to get away from the feeling like I need to lose, X amount of pounds. I needed to get my body feeling more, fit for summer, and that I can feel more confident. I guarantee you the number one way to feel confident is doing things that help you feel good. And these 7 things that I've picked will help you feel good. Showing up for yourself, nourishing yourself, getting your movement, taking time to sit and be mindful, going outside. All of these things, when you stick to them, and when you start implementing them slowly into your life and you start keeping the promises that you make to yourself, your confidence skyrockets. It skyrockets. And it is not dependent on the the measuring band thing going down an inch or two, or your scale dropping a pound or two. It has nothing to do with that. And so if you are wanting to go into summer feeling good about yourself and feeling confident and excited, I'm telling you, doing something like this will get you those results. So I'm doing it with or without you. Obviously, I want you to join me because it is so much more fun when we do things together. I'm a huge advocate of community and of accountability and of cheering each other on. So what I've done is I have made a Google Doc because I'm so simple. I was not going to overcomplicate this. I need it to be simple and easy in order for me to do it. I made a simple Google Doc that has the days of the week and the things, and when I get them, I get to mark them off. So if you want that, I will have a link down below and I will share it in my stories as well. If you would like that, just send me a DM or hit the thing and it will be out. I will send out an email with this and you can do it. You can do it on your own. And join me. This is 100% free to participate. I just want you to join me in making positive changes and feeling good about yourself. Here's the thing. I know that sometimes we join these challenges and it's easy to feel excited at the beginning and then to fall off the bandwagon a week or two in. So if you know yourself and you know that that is you, I am offering extra support and guidance. Okay. So if you think that you need that, like a one-on-one, like check-in, planning, something for setting yourself up, some support, some, if you're needing to bounce ideas off of somebody or just vent or whatever kind of support that you need in order to feel successful at I am offering that as well. So that is something links are in the profile, in the show notes. You guys can go and find those to get all the information about this. But honestly, just join in. It's 93 days, maybe 94 from spring equinox to summer solstice, and it's going to be a heck of a good time. So let's do this. Let's feel good heading into the spring season, heading into summer. Give ourselves these awesome habits that we can start. And like I said, you don't have to start them all on day one and do them all on day one. And if you miss it on day 10, you have to start back over at the beginning. No, we're not doing that here. Pick the ones you feel like you can easily do. Give yourself that easy win, right? We want to build momentum. We want to build that confidence. So if you are looking at next week and you're like, this week is crazy, tell yourself the only thing you're going to do is make your bed that week. That's it. And it doesn't mean find your starting point and make your goal. This week I'm making my bed, and you nail it next week, right? You make your bed every freaking day and you're like, hell yes, I did that. I kept this freaking promise to myself. I kept this commitment to myself, and I am going into week 2 with momentum. So on week 2, I am going to make my bed and do my mindfulness. And then you're like, hell yeah, week 2 rocked. And you head into week 3 and you're like, okay, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get my water in, right? And then week 4, you're like, I'm going to do all that and I'm going to do this. And you just build that momentum, right? So find your starting point. If there's things on this list that you're already doing, great. Add a second thing in. And then by the end of those 12 weeks or however many weeks it is, because I haven't even counted, it's 93 days. I do know that. I did ask Siri how many days were in between spring equinox and summer solstice. So there you go. Join me. Let's do these habits. Also, if you are listening to this not on the day that it airs and just at any time, start the challenge. Start this challenge anytime. These are amazing habits that you can implement into your life at any time. And if you do, please send me a DM and tell me that you're doing it, because I will jump back in and do it with you. All right, that is it for me for today. I love you so much. Let's do the damn thing. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.